Are home prices dropping further?
I hope not.
Are buyers finally coming back into the market?
Wait for it.
And is this the right time to actually make a move? Or should you wait? The Brampton real estate market is shifting fast, and if you're buying or selling 2025, you need to know what's happening right now. Today I'm going to break down the numbers. I'm going to let you know what is changing and of course what you need to do next in this ever-changing market. In today's market update, what we're going to do is we're actually going to break down the different types of housing, how they look month over month. We're not going to worry about the big picture of the GTA in this video. We're going to go Brampton specific, and we are going to let you know how things have changed in the last 30 days. Sometimes we are looking at the year-over-year numbers. We're going to touch on those just slightly, but what I'm looking for is how things are changing as we've gone from that December through that January. So let's dive into the numbers, and we're going to start off here with the detached homes. So over the last 30 days, the median sales price for these detached homes has actually been $1,090,000. If we're comparing that to the previous month, that was actually at $1,050,000. So we're finding ourselves about 3.8% up from the previous month. Now we just talked about the median sale price, but let's talk list price, because listing your home at the correct price is how you're going to get it sold quick. So the actual median list price that we're seeing is 1.249. Keep in mind, we were selling at $1,090,000. So as you can see, it's a pretty big drop off from what your average list price is to that median sale price. We got a 5% increase in the last month. Last month, we were seeing average home being listed at about $1,090,000. So we've seen a $60,000 jump in that median list price, which it might surprise some, but it doesn't necessarily surprise me. We have sellers who are really holding on hope for their home values to be very stable right now. And one of the big concerns that we have here that's coming up next is the new listings. We had 600 new listings that actually hit the market this month compared to 259. So we've doubled that plus some. That's a 131% increase from the previous month in the new listing side of things. So that's something to actually keep an eye on here. Where are these new listings going to go? Are they going to move in and out of the market quickly? Are they coming in here from previous terminations, maybe from the December, take your home off the market at Christmas time type of seller? Or are these homes hitting the market, they're actually going to stagnate the rest of the market and maybe give you some opportunity as a home buyer? That's something that you might want to consider. The average day on market we're seeing is about 20 days for a detached home. It's definitely quicker than if you are selling a condo, which we are actually going to switch gears here. We're going to talk about condos next. I know those are the most popular for a lot of people, especially those first-time home buyers that we like to talk to. And as I'm pulling up those stats for the condos, if you're interested in the videos that we put out on this channel, feel free to subscribe to the channel down below, and you can always reach out to me through the numbers or the appointment links in the comment section down below. All right, let's talk condos here. Last month, your median price was $500,000. Now we're talking about $480,000. The transaction volume was actually the same, 23 versus 23 month over month. There's not a lot of condos in Brampton. However, we are seeing more being built, especially on that northwest kind of bordering at Mississauga Road there where the Apple factory is. We're getting a lot of condos being put up there, but currently 23 sales last month, 23 this month. The average price is virtually identical. Last month, $524,900. This month, $525,000. New listings though, we did see an increase here, 97 new listings throughout the month of January. Previous month, keep in mind it was December, so this will be interesting to see when we get these numbers at the next kind of market update here in March, but 97 new versus the 59 that we got in December. And let's talk days on market. Of course, 49 days on market is what we're talking for condos. Not exciting if you're selling a condo to have it on the market for almost 2 months, but that's just what we're dealing with in the current market conditions. So some things for you to consider. There's more listings on the market. Maybe when we get the end of February numbers here, maybe the average price does come down because we're going to have more units that we are comparing the numbers to, but we'll have to wait and see what that looks like. Now, we just released a video on our channel which is going to actually give you some insights on how to move or how to sell your condo more quick in today's very competitive condo landscape. You can actually watch that video up here if you're interested in that. Once you finish this one, don't forget to save it to your watch list. Now, we've seen the detached, we've talked condos. Let's get into those semi-detached homes. And when we're talking semis, last month we were at 915 for that medium price. Now we're talking 920,000. So it's a slight increase. It's about 0.5%. It's nothing to get super excited about. But we're seeing, once again, inventory spike up on the semis, detached, and the condo. Of course, December is going to be slower than January. It's just the way it goes with Christmas time. So we have an increase here of 10 units on the month. So 61 versus the 51 that we had the prior month for transactions actually taking place. New listings, we also saw 70% increase happen. So we're at 160 new listings versus the 94 that we had in December. And then let's talk days on market. Semi-detached is moving very well. 17 days on market to actually move your semi-detached. I'd say this is exciting. If you own a semi-detached home, you might want to put it on the market when it's a market like we have right now, where you have a lot of inventory on the condo side of things. But those people who have condos listed, they do want to upgrade more than likely, and a semi-detached is perfect for them to make that next jump. All right, we have two more categories left. Both are of the townhome variety. First, we're going to tackle here the freehold townhome, which means there's no additional fees here. Last month, $853 was that medium price. Now we're looking at $848, so almost identical, you know, a 0.6 decrease between the two. Transactions, 56 and 56. So once again, we're seeing very similar numbers. Your list price, that's changed a little bit, $3,000 off the list price in the last month versus December, but very, very similar. And once again, that new listings volume, 111% increase, which means 190 new listings versus the 90 that we had in December. And let's talk days on market. We're creeping back up there again, 28 days, call it a month to sell a townhouse. The problem with the townhouse is it's kind of left in limbo. If you have a condo or a condo townhouse, you might want to get something that's more than a townhouse. You might want to get into that semi-detached category, which is why I think we're seeing more semi-detached homes actually sell right now. But that's just me making an educated guess. All right, let's finish it off. We've got the condo townhouses. We're seeing the median price at $670,000 compared to $682 of the previous month. Transactions were actually down for the first category to have that. 21 in the last month versus December where we had 26. Listings, of course, we're up almost 100%. Once again, 90 new listings versus the 47 that we had in December. And then your days on market is the, 35 days. We're stuck in that month pattern here every single time, it seems like, aside from those semi-detached. And why is it still taking a month? Well, that's just currently the market we're in. We're not in a market where things are selling immediately. Things aren't just moving for the sake of moving. People are making more educated purchases right now, so they're taking their time on all of these categories. So what are we actually seeing from all of the data that we've just pulled in? The numbers, they show a surge in new listings across every single category, okay? This means if you're a buyer, you have significantly more choices, and you've seen that. The semi, the condo, the town, the detached, every single category is offering you more options. Now, if you're a seller, you're finding yourself maybe in more competition, especially in some of these categories where you've doubled or tripled up your inventory over the last 30 days. You need to really get your ducks in a row and make sure your property is staged, beautiful media, priced properly, and you can get all the tips on how to actually sell your home properly on my channel through all the other educational content that we have there. But you need to be more aggressive on the selling side with your price if you actually want to sell your home. If you have 10 listings that are in your district, you want to be the one that sells first, especially for that great price. The longer you're on the market, the more you actually have to negotiate potentially. So you're gonna have to really figure out what that sweet spot is for price and what actually will work for you. So what you need to know right now is if you have a detached or a semi-detached home, Ultimately, there's more competition, but these prices, they are very stable. We're not seeing too much variance on the downturn from the detached or the semi. Obviously, condo, townhouse, and apartment, the buyers in these categories, they have more negotiating power. There's more active listings, more inventory, and there's more people who can ultimately afford these. The first-time home buyers are really stuck in these two categories in Brampton. They're rarely buying a detached home for their first home. It's just not something that we're seeing all that often. And lastly, a reminder here, if you are that seller, there's so many new listings. Make sure you are doing everything you can to present your home at its absolute best. And if you need help doing that, you can always reach out to me at the number here on screen. We can make sure your home hits the market, not only looking its best, presented its best, advertised its best, but actually being represented at its fullest by an agent who cares about you and getting the most for your home, not just getting a quick sale. For a buyer, what does all of this mean for you? It means that you've got some competitive landscapes in the semi and the detached categories, and it means that you potentially have more opportunity in the condo and condo townhouse categories. The rates are coming down. There's some potential scare of the tariffs coming in maybe in 30 days from now. We'll see how that looks. And we have to really mitigate with these rates what people can afford in our Canadian economy today. Some things that you should be watching, some market trends that you might want to keep an eye on going forward. Are the prices going to actually drop? If you see a lot more inventory coming and we keep seeing the inventory build up, but the sales actually on the downside, we could see more price reductions, especially in the condo market. This is something to watch for. What are the best deals out there? I mean, condos, ultimately, that's where you're going to get the best deal. This is where the most inventory is. So keep an eye on that category, and keep an eye on what these interest rates end up doing. If we see more interest rate reductions, we just had one at the end of January, but if we keep seeing them and we see the next one coming in March, I believe, is it actually going to affect the prices of these homes? That's something you want to keep an eye on, and that generally will take a couple months at least for us to see any action on if it's going down, flat, or if it's taking a spike up, which would be interesting. I don't know if we're seeing prices go up in the next 12 months, but you never know. So if you need a custom game plan to figure out what makes sense for you in Brampton, you can always reach out to us. If not, I'll see you in the next video, and I thank you so much for watching this one. Bye for now.